want you to see my point of view.
I don't sleep well contained in these four walls. So many things to remember. Ghosts from my past nowhere to find me. Over and over and over again. I want peace. I want to feel calm. I want to feel safe. Being alone doesn't scare me.
Eventually, everything must fade.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Easter Sunday live stream. We are here live because oil has reopened. It has gapped up. Oil is up 1.29%, $113.48, and that gap has not filled. And we have now officially just seen the highest price since March 9th right now. So Jesus chimes for the resurrection of Christ, but also U.S. oil being heavily influenced by Jesus today, it seems. Or maybe where all that stuff happened 2026 years ago. Yeah, you got all that Hormuz stuff. Trump kind of belligerently tweeting, I think, today. So have fun with that. I mean, I think all the futures are opening, the commodities. It'll take a minute. I don't know why. My gold and silver takes like 5 minutes before they start registering the data on the chart. So we'll look at that once we start getting it. The U.S. futures are open. So what did oil just do? Buyers just pushed the price of U.S. oil up to a peak, a major inflection point from April of 2011. There was one time when it ran all the way up there, similar to what we got now, and that was the tip top before a major retrace back to the 70s before a rally back to 110.55. So in 2012. So that's like what they just tested at the tip top today when it was up 1.4% or so, 114.80. Everyone here wants to have an alert set up above that, because if you are hearing a beep above 115, that means you're breaking this very, very important level where we could be running to 123 and change. There's a candle high close from March 2022 at 124.70. That's where we could be headed. I mean, they're talking about a $9+ rally above 114.79 given enough time. So that's where we're at right now, right? They tested it perfectly. There were some limit orders set up there clearly, and selling pressure came in right at it. So maybe that gap fill we're gonna receive. 112.09 would be your like real gap fill. Give me an audio check here. Make sure we're good. Good for Jesus, because he has risen, and Bitcoin is 67.7. Pretty cool. Let's see if we can go to the 4 hour. That's the daily, my bad. 4 hour chart here. Yeah, so I mean, you know, I am in no way trying to short Bitcoin, due to the fact that we know Bitcoin has officially achieved, and Ethereum have achieved both like formal 88% retraces. They did that on their selling climax down here, 886 perfectly in early February, and since then just higher lows. One higher high, but then lower highs started coming in locally. So you don't know, man. Like they could be taking this back to 72 soon. or back to 64.9. It's extremely a liquid market. Just know that you are not trading on heavy volume at all. Like there's no one participating in crypto really. So it is very easy. It takes very little amounts of capital to move the price of Bitcoin and other cryptos. So just understand what market you are trading in. It's you and a bunch of effing bots. Okay, a bunch of CZ zombies. The Night King of crypto. He took it all. The wall collapsed October 10th. Never forget. You just sold your car to buy gas. I have bad news for you because yeah, that's not how it works. Okay, sorry, dude. So we'll continue to monitor the situation. Right, we have a gap up on oil. It has not filled. They just tested a 2011 major inflection point. To break that, consequences could take you to 123.50 all the way up to 124.70. Nightmare situation for like global economics, due to the fact that virtually everything we produce has petroleum in it. Yeah, you don't want this high for very long. All right, let's go to silver and gold. Silver is down. My God, let's go to gold first. Down almost 1%. Gapped down. Nasty. Just when I was thinking, man, maybe there's a glimmer of hope. I mean, there still is because those gaps are going to fill, but man, that's just like ugly open. Ugly open, and not a good open for the NASDAQ, the S&P, Dow Jones, Russell 2000 either. That's not great. They're down nearly 0.5%. So if oil rises, everything is inverse correlated for now. But at one point...
Happy Easter, everyone! Praise to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Pepe, pray. Pepe, pray.
Thank you, Eric Chartman. Thank you so much for that, dude. Okay. He's like my sidekick now. All right. He always has good input when he does speak. Not a bunch of nonsense. So Eric Chartman, type in the chat. All right. Yeah, so the gap down, you think it'll fill. Gold gap 46, 77, 78. And then silver down 1.45%. All right, this is just me memeing. Okay, I'm not like, for anyone to say they have confidence in anything right now is crazy. Okay, I am no hardline. I'm not hardlining anything. Maybe like, God, I mean, the weekly on Tusk or something. You know, maybe that helium chart, that LIN helium chart's freaking nuts. But dude, everything is just still like I don't know, man. We're one tweet, one geopolitical event, one tactical nuke away from just your portfolio being nuked. The inverse happening. And so it's just like, okay, silver, that, you know, thinking, oh man, maybe there's momentum here with some bearish back tests of key levels and you're below it. Maybe it's just going to nuke sooner rather than later. They squeezed it higher with a Trump tweet. Yes, it was certainly a Trump tweet, co-figure. But it was not a long-lasting rally before they pulled it back to back test the 70, 71, 71 level, the zone. But they you know, on Thursday or Friday, really Friday, they tried to engulf at the support, and it almost looks like an accumulation structure. But yeah, it was really ugly open. But as long as it stays above 70 and 71, 71, there's no chance, man. Like, it could be the lowest risk area to take a shot with a tight stop at like 69.50. And see what happens. I mean, they're going to fill that gap. You know it. So it was just a bad open. But, man, what if? You know, and this could propagate us to back to 74.19. But if you break 74.19, it'd be like a nice $81 to $84 target if this actually holds here. So it's interesting, okay? I'm not saying I have confidence. This bubble popped, and you could be going sideways down for a long time. I mean, $54 could be a good hard target eventually. Remember, like, they could take this to 84 and it's the lowest high of the trend reverse, right? With the trend reverse with a blow off top, buying climax, dead cat bounces came in. Now you've made a lower low than the previous low. And then you could rally to 84 and make a lower high than the previous highs and roll over, retest and break and head to 54 later, like in you know, May or something, late April. But I'm just saying, it is just interesting how they're trying to hold here, but I have no conviction on anything right now. And you can't either. Right, it is capital preservation mode. I'm sorry. Most of the time, the markets are not like this. Most of the time. So, like, if you're gonna be messing with the market, hey, what do I know, right? what do I know? But oh, distortion in the mic levels. Are you kidding me? What the? Hello, chat. I was about to say something important or something where it's like my opinion, man. I don't want to be saying it with a distorted mic though. 300 people here. Nice dude. 2018 levels. I'm in the chat. Who cares? Portfolio is like up 10,000% since then, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so just being real, like if you're going to be playing this market, I think the wisest thing to do would be no leverage. Please, no leverage. You want to take a position, you want to take chances, you know, you want to take a shot on these markets, just no leverage. Okay? And have stop losses. It's just dangerous, very dangerous market. And you had, you know, all this time to make money, multiple, dude, that's so ugly. That gap will fill probably tomorrow or whatever, you know it. But dude, for now, this is horrible. We are looking at the NASDAQ futures right now. Okay. And we know that level from August 12th, 2025 is a real reversal point, inflection point, a swing low from October 2025, swing low reversal from November, swing low reversal from March. Okay. And now you've lost it. You've come up here and put in a lower high than your previous local high, a form of confirmation, right? That's local forms of confirmation at inflection points is very real. And that's just a nasty, oh my God, chat. US oil 115.07. We must go back. You must see this. This is not a joke. This is a huge breakout potentially unfolding. There it is. Okay, above 115, 114.79. We now run the risk of seeing at least 120 because it's a psychological level. But you're talking about 123.50, 124.70. That 20. What was that? That peak from years ago.
Happy Easter, brother. Can we get some TA on
22? Yeah.
Thanks in advance.
Yeah, Josh, thanks so much for the first contribution of the stream, the Easter stream. He has risen. All right, thank you, dude, for that. Oil, as you're contributing to the stream, oil is really trying to do something bad. Good if you're in it, right? Of course, right? No, number go up. What a run! What an uptrend! Yes, it is uptrending beautifully. This is how we wish crypto looked, how we wish equities looked, but they don't. And but this is unfortunately a chart that can have serious negative implications for the global economy. All right, not many charts are this big of a deal, so we're monitoring it here, up 2.8%. Not good, man. Not good at all. NASDAQ, I believe, is at lows of day, down 0.61%. Bitcoin, as you can see above my head, I think you can see above my head, maybe. Yeah, you can see it above my head. Kind of faring poorly with the oil spike. I can just scale in more. I mean, you can just see the candle. It doesn't even matter anymore how we monitor Bitcoin. Oh, it needs to be scaled out. We can just look at it really close up with a magnifying glass. And that move right there, where it was at 67.8, it's at 64, or I'm sorry, 67.8, it's at 67.5 now. That has everything to do with what oil's doing. It is more coupled with risk on assets, clearly, right? More coupled with the NASDAQ, more coupled with the S&P 500, all putting in the lowest highs of the downtrend so far, lowest highs. And so it looks like a $6,500 retest is coming after these said lowest highs. And unfortunately on the 4 hour, you just got to hate, like, look, you know, look when they squeezed it, a Trump tweet, March 23rd, sell off and then a rally. And this attempted rally here was your local form of confirmation that you're screwed, that the downtrend is, prevails. It is still, see right here, right? We had one peak locally March 2nd, a second peak March 4th. These two peaks confirmed lower highs than the previous high. And what'd you do? You lower load it all the way down, right? And then what? A lower high. Sometimes you don't get forms of confirmation. You know, multitude of times you didn't get confirmation before lower lows, but you did on the last time, and it looks like now, but that is an unfilled gap. So I think that gap will fill. I don't know if it's gonna, the gap fill is gonna usher in, oh, we're just gonna run higher. But yeah, it's just ugly. It's super ugly. Like I said this weekend in the Patreon chat, like hey, Apple looks like kind of interesting, cool. I love structures, but I hate the index funds. I just hate the way they look. How can you like the NASDAQ when it's correlating so negatively to a real level and putting in its lowest high and so woefully below the 200 moving average on the 4 hour? It's bad times right here. But how it goes, man, it never is what it seems at open, right? We will, like, 24 hours will roll by, as we've seen many different streams, or stream from a Sunday evening into a Monday afternoon stream. And oh, look, the equal and opposite inverse of everything is going on, where oil has dumped, de-escalation tweet, the index funds have pumped, they're slightly higher, it's at 24.2. Like, that is always a possibility, man. It's happened before. It'll happen again. I don't know if it'll happen this time, but all right. Just wanted to be here on Easter Sunday for the open, just so we could monitor and see how it did open. Kind of almost identical to many other Sundays we've had, many other ones, where oil's up, futures are down, gold and silver's down. I'm sure if the VIX was open, it would be up too, a little bit. Christ is king indeed. Having the chat for Jesus. Ice Bandit, we are not cooked. We don't know, okay? We don't know, man. Never is how it seems initially. Okay, see what I'm talking about is like this 4 hour, how they tested this level and it's just holding. It's like off the lows of day. There's an unfilled gap on silver. I mean, $73 is your gap fill on this one. So if they can hold it successfully, and oil can reverse the downside, but it isn't really. It's still up over 2%, but it's not. The 114.79 is the level from 2022. It is like a 4 hour candle close from March 8th as well. So that's a big deal, and you're up against it. So you haven't like confirmed to break. You're not really, you're attempting to break it, but it looks like there's some supply there. They're trying to absorb that supply, and there still is an unfilled gap at 112. So that's where we're at. Off the lows on the SPY, but just disgusting looking price action. You got to really love, though, if you do care about 886, just think about like this high from March 25th to the lowest point. What'd they do? They took this effing thing to the 886. I mean, that is so beautiful, isn't it? Don't they love the 88% retrace? It is such a magical level with Fibonacci, from local peaks to valleys. They'll run it up that deep, and I think the deepness of that is somehow psychological. It gets the dumb money. The people that don't understand what an 886 retrace is, it really incentivizes, it beckons, it induces buying from them for some reason, because it's so close to the same high or higher high, but they don't really get it. It's a value perceived area for a short seller, but yeah, the deep retraces, man, they like to do it a lot, don't they? Like here, for instance, like from this high to this low, look what they did. They hit an 886 literally perfectly February 25th, and that was it. You never saw those levels again. It's just incredible how they'll do that. And then they did it here too. They look legit from like this peak to this valley. They 886'd it. It's unbelievable. The magic of that Fibonacci node. And it's like not even like 886 isn't even talked about. People like, you go to Fibonacci Bros, the old school ones, they just talk about the 786. They don't ever really bring up the 886s. I learned the 886 from James Larley long time ago. And I was just like, dang, man, that really changed how I looked at value and markets a lot when I learned more about the 886. That's just the unsung Fibonacci node. And Scott Carney, of course, obviously, right? With the pattern completion zones of the big M shapes, W shapes. So still monitoring here. There's only a few things we can look at that are open right now. We can go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, bro. Here's your Bitcoin chart, man. Here it is. So it's like they broke the flag like they had back in January, and you spent like a week kind of below that level, out of it, before you collapsed. And here we are. We're about a week into the breakdown. but it's interesting to see these slightly higher lows coming in. You weren't getting that at all here. You were getting a low, the lower high, the lower low, the lower high, like really bad, like garbage price action where it was like, it's about to happen, man, you know, in late January. But now it's like, dang, dude, like it's the context is so different because it's like you're no longer correlating negatively below an inflection zone. You're correlating above it. You see this 63.5, 64.9 level. They're trading above it. So not all hope is lost, you know. Again, this is why it's like it's too absolutely destroyed. It's far too deep of a retrace from its major discernible swing lows from like September of 2024 to now, 88% retrace, to like be taking shorts that make much sense at all. It's kind of crazy. Like you're like, wow, man, you're gonna go short after an 88% retrace has been achieved. I just don't see. There's no value. There's certainly no value. You'd be shorting at premium levels. And you might get paid. But again, remember, we're playing the numbers game here. We're not playing the one trade right now. We're playing like, okay, if we want to be successful for years and have like positive P&Ls, we constantly want to just be looking for, you know, shorting assets with tremendous value, which would be, you know, at tops with W shapes, with bearish divergence, type 2 returns, all that. Or if we want a long value, this is more like, more of an area where you'd like take non-levered, like very incremental, small, you know, longs. And, you know, if you do that, that means you have tons of cash available if this thing continues to dump to DCA to lower your cost basis. And I mean, if it does dump, oh no, what up, 58K, you know, 61K. All right. You got more capital, maybe you add a little bit there, but yeah, I know it could just continue to dump and dump and dump, right? I understand. It's a terrible trend. Like, but I'm not even saying like this is a place to be like really having your money because the trend is so terrible right now, but it's at value perceived areas. Someone could argue. So it's like a bad trend, but it's been completely obliterated. So all the money has been made from the short sellers, so there could just be a lack of asks and we get a squeeze up to 73K again, and then it just keeps going sideways. I mean, we've been consolidating for 58 days now, I think almost 2 months. Oil going, yeah, and there's Bitcoin, you know, look at it above my head right now. Oil 2.5, it's trying to break right now. It really wins, man. Oh my god.
Hype in the chat!
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter's in the chat. Woods, man, thanks so much for the friggin' 100. The glorious Jesus chimes. The Jesus chimes are called Jesus chimes because Jesus is king. He always has been. In virtually every stream, how many thousands? I think it's been like 3,000 or 4,000 live streams I've done. There have been Jesus chimes in every single one. And we say Jesus chimes because we pay homage to our deity. Well, some of our deities. It's okay if it's not yours, whatever. But, okay, you know, we try not to like put emphasis on it, but we do honor it, okay? With the Jesus chimes. Thank you, Wits, for ringing them, okay? The tomb is empty. And we are redeemed, okay? Yeah, so Bitcoin, that 4-hour little joke fest that took us to 67.8 is now 67.350, and this is due to oil strength. But the Nasdaq and the S&P they're off their lows. Gold and silver kind of off their lows too. Everything's off the lows, but I'm waiting for an alert to go. See, it's gone green. It's trading higher than where it opened. The Nasdaq and the S&P, I believe. Yep, they're both higher. That gap fill looks like feasible to happen, but you just don't know if it's going to keep going. Momentum is just so heavy in the hands of the sellers, and this is indicated by the arrows each indicating less than before. Peaks, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. If you go to the daily here, you know, I mean, just below the zone is so bad. 24K, it's a big deal, man. You just below it, look at the history. It's straight up and down. 23K is your target, but they'll fill the gap, man. All right. Trump will come in. He'll tweet something. And it doesn't even matter. He can lie about anything. And if it's favorable, if it's like, you know, the market will perceive it to be real, you'll get a short squeeze off that. That's how these candles before happened. I mean, the March 31st candle was a Trump tweet. I think also the first. So, I mean, I think it's like 3 out of the past 5 days have been Trump-driven candles. But they're terrible in actuality because it stopped the selling, you know, but the rally just to come up to inflection zones and test them as resistance, that's not great. So do we have a death cross impending? Ooh, it's getting closer and closer. All right. I mean, it doesn't maybe mean too much, but, you know, you're trading below all the moving averages. Oof, 20, 50, 200. But that 50 and 200, it looms, right? When's the last time we had a bear? I'm sorry, a death cross. Death cross, last one was April 10th, 2025. But at that point, it didn't even matter, right? You have to think about it. At the point of the death cross, the last death cross we had, the bottom was already in, and you didn't know it yet. So don't like read too much into a death cross. But at the same time, when the death cross happened, the price was 9% below those moving averages. We're here. I'm not sure where we're at. We're only about 2.2 to 3% off those moving averages. So it was the context was it was a far more insane, severe move down and distance from those moving averages. So you could still be seeing like lower prices, right? I mean, like if it was gonna, you know, the death cross, you know, when like the death cross had not happened, it was still like if we were where we are now, we're still not bottomed. We're probably like right here, right? Like it was, you know, this was probably where we were. I mean, it's almost the same time, you know, we're maybe a week ahead or whatever. They still had to dump it one more time to test the old 2021 highs before the reversal. So I do like think like, man, I wish, I mean, for the sake of value, for the sake of amazing structures that could develop on really nice names, like really high market cap stocks that make good money quarterly, it would be so good to see 22K for a back test, a formal back test, or they lose it, we recapture, we confirm it. It'd be so easy to strategize trading plans down here. At this point, it's very tough. Like you're up against resistance, you're still making lower highs. You just put the lowest low in, right? You're in like an intermediate downtrend below the moving averages. It would just be a better spot for I think a swing trader, position trader to be locking in some awesome trading plans, risk management plans down at the 22, because when they broke it, remember that in June of last year they never reconfirmed it. It would be so awesome to see that down there. And the way the oscillators look, it would seem like it would make more sense. Maybe they rally this back to the moving averages. It doesn't even matter, dude. They could just, oh my god, Trump tweeted, but it still makes lower highs than these highs. And then we get one more like this, and if we got that, it would be something like this on the oscillator, where we would actually be able to identify a discernible edge on both oscillators. This is what we would look for. This is what we would covet as swing traders. Maybe it's like this a little bit. You would want this. If you want exhaustion to present itself, you want it to look like this on the RSI. We want to be oversold one more time, and we want to be at 22K, and then we can say we have some sort of edge. We have evidence that sellers are exhausted on the index funds. This is what we want, man. They could do it now, sooner rather than later. They could run up the 200. I mean, just like if you were below these moving averages, the 50 and the 200, it is just not a good time to own assets. It's just not. All right. We want to see a leg down and then a second one. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly the way the bottom looked in April last year. It was Class C divergence, which is fine, whatever. They're the same valleys, but notably, they are discernible by a major spike and then another dump. So this is what we want. We want something like this if we want to be able to say, all right, we got some sort of edge here. We're not just flipping coins. We're not just at the casino, dude. All right, that's what we want. Okay, does that make sense, chat?
For the last several years you've said people who don't like Trump are idiots, stupid, wusses, anti-American and unpatriotic. For simply not liking him and not trusting him.
What?
Do you still feel this way?
Now that's putting words in my mouth, man. Okay. That's definitely putting words in my mouth. I judge people by what they do, and what Biden did was absolutely insane and traitorous, and he should hang for that. What he did, opening the border to tens of millions of third world migrants around the world from adversarial countries, China. I mean, how many people have come from there? So I talked about that, and if you wanted a continuation of that, fine. You go with the brain dead vice president, fine. But I have been very critical of what Trump's been doing. I mean, the whole Trump coin. Where were you when the Trump coin, Melania coin stuff came out? I was so critical. I thought that was some complete garbage scam, right? And like this war, I've said already. Like I think that is not where I ever would have thought we were going with things. Like there were many other places that he could have allocated his time, resources, energy, all that to help me as an American and the people I think that voted for him. So I have been critical of the things he's done, right and wrong. Okay, he closed the border, and I'm very grateful for that. But that's like any president who's not out of his effing mind would have not even had the border open to begin with. So by default, okay, yeah, it's like kind of crazy that we would have to even ask for that, but. Yeah. No, I mean, like the way and I hate the insider trading stuff, the stuff he did on crypto last year, that you can go back to it on a chart and see it literally Sunday morning, March 2nd. That was a huge insider trading session where his people in his inside group, I guess, made a crap load of money. And then the insider trading stuff he did, there's evidence of it. What was it? It was back. It was oil. It was like an oil thing. It was right here. This candle. So insider trading stuff, I think is crazy. I think it's terrible. It's very illegal and bad what he's doing. But at the same time, at least the border's closed. So anyway, Trump coin and Hawk Tuah. I said Trump coin was a top signal, like that, and Hawk Tuah coin. There were two different peaks. Hawk Tuah girl was the first peak, and then Trump coin, Melania coin was the second peak. Okay, so NASDAQ and S&P are still coming off their lows. They're rallying. Looks like the gap fill is coming. Don't know why we wouldn't. Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the contribution. And I didn't say people who don't like Trump are idiots. I'm talking about like if you are okay with what's happening, what was happening to our country under Biden, you are stupid. Like what was happening under Biden was absolutely insane. Okay. It was crazy. So yeah, if you were okay with that, you are stupid. But that doesn't mean, oh, if you don't like Trump, you're stupid, dude. Nah, man, nah. Yeah, I saw that foreign-born employment's now higher than on inauguration day around then. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Dude, you got to be able to like take people like, you can't be so hyperbolic. You got to be like into, okay, I'll listen to what this person, they have multiple different stances on different things. It's like, okay. And then, oh, new data presents itself. Like, okay, so yeah, I'm like less happy with Trump than I was before the Iranian thing. Yeah. But I do, I think it's some sort of like strategy to get the world more dependent on U.S. oil exportation and to weaken our opponents, because we do know that China will be invading Taiwan at some point in the next couple of years. It's like inevitable. It's certain. I think the Ukraine war thing, that's all deep. This is all like deep state stuff, probably, where it's like, okay, we kept pushing Russia, antagonizing them. Okay, they finally invaded Ukraine. And what does that do? That weakens Russia a lot economically. And they've lost hundreds of thousands of men because drone warfare has like made like modern day warfare so insane now because of drones. Like Russia's been unable to do anything because they're losing so many men, and they're not letting their own military leadership like actually prosper. That guy's getting too much clout in the military, so we got to get rid of him because he might organize a coup against Putin. So that war in Ukraine has really weakened Russia a lot. So I think that was pretty strategic in terms of, okay, we know that China is going to invade Taiwan, so we want to make sure Russia's really weak when that happens. And now we're doing more things, I guess, to try to weaken China and their ability to have energy, because they get a ton of their energy from the Strait or from the Persian Gulf. So I don't know, man. It's things that they're doing geopolitical chess going on, and these things are like beyond my pay grade. I don't really know. But maybe it's a way of like continuing U.S. energy hegemony across the world, right? Keeping us strong, keeping our enemies weak to a degree. But yeah, it's stupid because like war is so inflationary, and it's like, hey man, great, all that's happening, right? I say all that stuff, and it's like, well, guess what? Like America's the most unaffordable it's like ever been, ever. Everything is expensive. God dang it, man. This effing guy, I got someone detailing my car downstairs, and he was like 2.5 hours late, and I had to get it done today. And now he's like saying I gotta go. He's done now, and I have to go downstairs to get the freaking vehicle. So this is just so bad timing, man. I knew this guy effed me up so bad he was so late, dude. This is Miami though. Everyone's late for everything. It's really stupid. So I've just got to go down. I got to go get my car. So like I'm kind of effed here. I've been live now for 39 minutes. I'm gonna leave the stream on. Just like, you can leave. I get it, but I'll be back. I don't know, within like 10 minutes, and we'll keep the stream going. But sorry, man. This is such bad timing for me. Yeah, it's just, there's nothing I can do. I'm beholden to people and their tardiness, their extreme tardiness. So, I'll be right back. Hit the like button, the bell, the sub. Hang tight.
Happy Easter everyone, stay blessed.
This is not just a beat. This is a breath. This is a memory. This is a church without walls. We gather in the dark, not to hide, but to be seen, to feel the bass under our feet and remember what it means to be free. House is not a trend. House is a home, built by outcasts, held by love, lit by sweat, echoing through cables, wood and wire. An organ hums, a message in every chord, not asking, telling, you belong here. No one owns this floor, not the DJ, not the door, not the name on the flyer. We all make this together. Every stomp, every shout, every hand raised like a signal flare. We are here. You feel that? That's not nostalgia. That's the present waking up. The roots are alive, and the spirit of house still moves in bodies that refuse to be silent. So we turn it out, not for fame, but because we love this game. We love this game, house music. Feel that? That's not nostalgia. That's the present waking up. The roots are alive, and the spirit of house still moves in bodies that refuse to be silent. So we turn it out, not for fame, but because we love this game. We love this game, house music.
Hey, we got a pump on Bitcoin. Sorry. Yeah, dude. All right, Bitcoin highs of day. Let's freaking go. On its own. On its own. Very nice. Okay. I mean, you know, we'll take anything we can get, right? Can you hear me? We good? Lost about 25% of y'all, but understandable. Yeah, so this is like just, we're in that area where too destroyed to short, and yeah, I mean, the trend sucks, so it's harder to be like, I want a long, but yeah, they held 64.9, but you can still see we're below the 200-day simple moving average, probably breaking the 20. No, we're below all the moving averages, so it would be nice to see Bitcoin buyers break the price above these moving averages, maybe around 69K. That'd be real nice. So we need another, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500. Yeah, because I think if you break these moving averages, we could be in good shape, because you can see like how the price action correlated to the moving average when we fell back below them, how bad it was, right? We want to see the price of Bitcoin break them and then stay above them. So still have a lot of work to be done, but hey, I'll take it, man. I'll take anything at this point on Bitcoin. All right. Okay. Hype in the chat. I'm back, but that's the big development, because it doesn't look like the Nasdaq's really moved much. I mean, it's up off the lows. Silver, gold, everything's kind of inverse correlated to oil. Oil's still somehow up 2% though. Even though we were looking at it, and it's like, see, it's below 114.79, which is like really everything now. We have an unfilled gap still. So it's like, we got, yeah, I did run back to the stream, actually. I literally ran. So I ran, Iraq, 68K. Yeah, 114.79. If you're still there, remember, it's this one major reversal point from 2022 right here. I'm sorry, 2011. My bad. That's 2022. There is like an overhead resistance, but like literally right there. That peak, May 2nd, 2011. And then above that, right, there's just not much. I mean, like maybe 120. 120 is a big deal. Yeah, psychological. And you had a reversal there, April 2008 and also August 2008. So big deal, 120. It's not a joke. So if we keep this selling off, if we get a gap fill, you're probably going to get everything's going to inverse. So you'll get the NASDAQ filling the gap. They're still working on it here. I do. I still have my M5. Yeah, that's my baby. I barely ever drive it though. I mean, like ever. Oh, my music stop? Yeah, probably. Okay, let me, yeah, I almost never drive it. It has still like 6,000 miles on it. I've had it since, I'm not even kidding. I've had that car since like maybe February or March of 2022. 22, and it's 26 now. I got 6,000 miles on it. What does that tell you? For me, it's more of a store value thing. I don't drive much. I hate driving down here in Miami anyway. There's potholes. There's people who don't know how to drive everywhere. A lot of people uninsured. So I just tend to Uber most places. It's fun doing that anyway. But if there's a nice valet, I'll drive. And it's close, I'll drive. Yeah, SPQ was my dream car. Literal dream car. It's my daily driver. I mean, I don't daily drive. I never drive. I have not filled up my tank of gas since a couple days before Thanksgiving, and it's now April 5th. What does that tell you? I still have half a tank too. Yeah, but you go look at Rose and Metallic Bluestone, M5 F90s, what they're going for. Like I mean, with low miles, they're unheard of. They don't even exist. They'll be 100K plus. What is detailing a car? Washing it? I mean, yeah. You don't wax. I don't wax my car because of the it's a matted finish. It's not like a glossy. So we got movement, man. We got movement on Bitcoin. Still 68.17 right here, 170. Very cool. I hope it holds, man. Dude, I'm not against Bitcoin. I don't want Bitcoin to keep going, but I do love the fact that, I mean, it's almost just like nothing's even happening on the weekly. They're going to engulf, though. They are working on a bullish engulfing candle. We have an hour, 2 minutes until an engulfing candle is confirmed. But, dude, if they can, look what they're trying to do. Like, this is what they did this for a while in October, from June 2022 all the way to October 2022. They defended the 2017 peak as support before they did lose it in November of 2022 briefly for a while. I mean, like, you know, and they recaptured it January 2023, and that's when everything turned around. So maybe we're just down here, you know, we're just at these levels and we're just oscillating, trying to hold that support. But from this low to high, it was a 78% retrace. But from this low to, this low to high, it's an 88% retrace. So yeah, it almost looks like nothing's even going on, but we're still rallying now. We're at 1.53% when it looked pretty bleh. Like all the gains of the day were wiped out, and now we're just kind of running. So I love it, man. Look at some higher lows. I mean, you have higher lows, and it all started with your 4-hour Gartley 786. Like, incredible, right? 786 1414 confluence. It is identical to, I mean, I'm talking the Fibonacci retracements within this harmonic are identical to the legendary Gartley of 2019. It was late 2018 and when it began, and then early 2019 when it concluded its development. But it was much more violent than this. I mean, we just kept going. So very good. 68.3. But give me a higher high, give me a higher low. Let's break moving averages. And then maybe we can have like a springtime, summertime rally. I would love it, man. It's been too much selling for too long, dude. That's so disgusting. So maybe finally the sellers are just tapped. They're like, I'm good, man. Tapped out. F90, return of the Mac. F90, the best. Absolutely the best. G90s are garbage. Hybrids, 1,000 pounds heavier, and they're just as fast, if not a hair slower than the F90s. I think that's just so crazy to me. But they're only doing that because of EU regulators and pressure. They had to do it. They didn't want to do it. They had to. I don't know. They might have wanted to do it. But like, hey, you want to see a supply line here? Look at this, chat. If you care about supply lines, let's get rid of the flag for a sec. That's a real deal. I mean, that's very real. A creek is being jumped across right now by the looks of it. Right, 1, 2, and then 3. Fake out. They broke it, they back tested, and now they're starting to go. So we do have some sort of supply line breaking on Bitcoin in a range, right? This is definitely a range, man. 64.9 to 73.1. Okay. So I wonder what the consequences of the maybe jump across the creek would be. I like it. I hope it keeps going forever. My gas not gonna be good. I still drive it, but just around Brickell every couple weeks. I mean, it's not like idling too long, but I mean, again, I go to dinners and I'll valet it, so I definitely use it, just very, very little. You telling me it's dusting off? It's washed. It's definitely washed, but yeah. Anyway, while we're continuing to go, man, 68.370. This is where the action's at. Oil has lost most of its gains. It's only at 1% now. Silver, gold are rallying off their lows. Very nice. This is what I hope, man. I'm really hoping on silver. Like, this is actually like kind of unbelievable right here. Like, you could just have a stop loss at 69.46 and give it a shot. I mean, you'd be targeting for $84 right here on silver. Like, I'm not saying I know if it's going to play out. I'm just saying, right? Devastated, destroyed, horrible. But then all these false bearish breakdowns, and then the recapturing and the reconfirmation. There's spring back test of springs here. So it's like, it's not about if it plays out or not. It's about the fact that you would lose a very minimal amount when you got stopped out compared to what you'd be gaining if it succeeded, right? So the reward to risk is definitely here on silver for a long. But I'm trying to think if I'm identifying a proper edge where you have an increased probability than 50% of that happening. I mean, maybe 1, 2, rule of 3 and the third. That's kind of what you're looking for, home run, where it's like the third valley of the structure, the rule of 3, maybe is it, so that's like the conclusion of the development of the structure is happening at a key inflection point, inflection zone. That's kind of like, wow, that's what you kind of want. Some other people would be like, dude, it's just a bear flag. Just chill out, bro. It's like a rising wedge or bear flag. It could be. It very well could. And that is why the stop loss is there, right? That's where it's like, it's not our job to be like making calls. It's just like, wow, we're watching an asset buyers trying to regain their footing at a key level. If it holds successfully, the upside could take you way higher. I mean, you're talking 20% maybe. What is it? I'm sorry, 17% upside. If it actually resolved positively, and it would just be a lower high than the previous high, and it would roll over later. So, you know, it's just thinking about something, right? I mean, just not a good market, right? Not a good trend right now for anything, I don't think, unless it's oil or Lin or like helium, right? Happy Easter, Atticus. Happy Easter. God bless you as well, man. God bless everybody. Does the G90s do they weigh over 4,000? Ghost Rider, my god. Yeah, daily and others are still ugly. Internet, yes, dude. This doesn't even exist. I mean, like, look. Sorry, let me make these little curves shouldn't even exist on the daily. Yeah, you can't even tell, but you can still see at least on the daily, like what they've done. They have recaptured K level. They have reconfirmed its validity as support. They have done that, right? There is an unfilled gap at 73, which you could fill today, this evening, tomorrow. But like that's all I'm talking about. It's like sometimes it's just lines in the sand, right? And that bullish hammer is still there. So yeah, it may look bad, right? But it can look bad, but you can still concoct a trading plan, and look, it can still do this and then roll over later after the big squeeze, the big run to 84, maybe even close to 88. That could happen here. That's all I'm saying. And it's still in a downtrend when you do that. So it's like, we're just looking at a structure. It's like critical thinking, right? And it's like, it's all about like, can we manage our risk here optimally? Yeah, you can. But yeah, your trend's kind of bad, but dude, it got devastated. I mean, you're dealing with an asset that lost, 37% of its value in 3 weeks. Okay, we're coming off of that. So it's like, it might be overdue for a wave higher to put in the lowest high of the downtrend and then rolls over later. So it's right. I'm not making calls. It's just we're trying to think here. How can we like make money in these market conditions, right? Like maybe something like that. Maybe oil, I think, is too overcrowded. Too much Trumpness. You know, tweeting. It's too much, man. Like too many people got leverage in oil right now, short, long. It's a ticking time bomb for your portfolio on oil, dude. Just like silver was at one point, it was like tick tock. January 14th, is it over? No, it was it the 19th? Oh shoot, dude, was it 23rd? Oh, it might have been over on the 26th. Nah, it was the 30th. January 30th, the bomb went off, right? And so oil, you kind of are starting to get the same thing where tick tock. Oh, is it today? No, it's at 125. No, it's actually at 147.20. Oh no, it's at 160. Like you don't know when the musical chairs, right? The music's gonna stop, and they reverse this thing. You gotta be really careful with commodities, man. They are not investments, at all. Like these are they can 10%ers in a day. Yeah, you got to handle these with care. Hey, good news, Bitcoin's new high of day 68,460 continuing to rally as oil just lost its greenness on the daily, right? It is now slightly lower than where it opened, gapped up. The gap's still unfilled. We're waiting for a 112.05 gap fill. I think you might get it. Bitcoin going to continue to rise here. Okay. Gold only down 0.82%, right around where it opened. Unfilled gap. That gap will be closed around 46.76, I think. It's kind of interesting, I think silver looks a lot more clean than gold. For hey man, I want to take a shot, dude. I just for the memes, I want to take a very, very small shot. If I get stopped out, I completely understand. But hey, I know I'll take on minimal losses, and I know I won't want to own the asset if my stop loss gets triggered. That's silver, and then on gold, it's kind of like you're struggling at the January 14th peak. I don't think that 3 rising valleys looks as visible here on golds. Again, this could just be bearish consolidation, man, dude. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? It could just be this. Oh, it's just a bear flag, of course. Getting ready to collapse again, and you can't be surprised. You can't be surprised if you were to long silver and you got stopped out. That's what I'm saying. If you have that mentality, it's not a big deal. All right, Bitcoin, let's freaking go, dude. Do something we can get excited about. You know, this. Let me like post it here. That little supply line they broke to 3 right there. See, they broke it. They broke at this thing. Maybe they are going to take it to 72. That'd be your target probably from here on Bitcoin if it was real. If it was real. Calvin, don't burn your steak, man. That's Jesus wouldn't like that, man. Okay. If you're gonna burn your steak, maybe do it tomorrow. All right. And just sitting at highs of day. If you can see above my head right there. Very nice. Very nice, Bitcoin. Keep it going. 43, 506, 522. Let's freaking go, Bitcoin. Bitcoin live. Send us much higher. We've got Nasdaq, S&P are just sitting there. They're not really, I mean, they're, you know, they were, I mean, I looked at them 20 minutes ago, they were down 0.26%. So they're trying to fill the gap. But man, until you're like breaking these local highs, I mean, dude, it doesn't even matter. Until you're making a higher high than like 24 or 5, the intermediate downtrend is intact. That's the problem, man. You're in such bad shape trend wise on the 4 hour. It's nasty, dude. Man, I hope they don't fill the gap and then they roll it. It rolls over from there. We're just waiting on a tweet, man. Waiting on a tweet. Down the Everglades. No, I mean, Key West would be a good day drive for sure. I need to go take it in for a service. A meme service. Is that true, Joshua? What? Burnt steaks were in the Old Testament? What's up, baby genius? Yeah, dude. Commodities, you learned that lesson about them being not assets for holding long term, really. They're all cyclical, man. And they're all like, they're ticking time bombs. So you got to have an exit plan. You got to have a trading plan. Like, hey, you invest, you have no plan. Okay, fine, you're investing. But like, dude, you're not a commodity investor, dude. Like, oh, I'm just gonna be a cotton bro. You're not gonna like make money long term. Even gold and silver were like really weird for years. Man, you couldn't even start bragging again after like what 10, 15 years. You know, nothing, and then finally you did it, man. Like, congratulations. So. World first what, dude? WoW what? Isn't WoW like really like woke and gay now? Like they're doing like literal gay things, like rainbow pride stuff in WoW. Unbelievable. Okay, World of Warcraft is now gay. Just think about that. Like, what are you celebrating when you are talking about gay pride? It's like, wow. It's all sexual stuff. Like, no one cares. Like, your identity, the last thing on your identity scale should be whether you do gay things or straight things. Like, that should be, hey, look at all these things that make me who I am as a human being. And at the very, very bottom, okay, the last bullet point is your sexual orientation or what you do sexually. The fact that it's being paraded and people are losing their jobs, or like, you know, or in the Chicago Bulls, that stuff is so stupid, man. Like it is a cult. Okay. It's like a form of neo-communism where it's like, oh, we thought policing. Yeah. We're going to ruin your life if you don't toe the line and care about who I have sex with. You better care about you better accept who I have sex with. What if I don't care and I'm tired of it? Right. Oh, well, we'll still ruin your life. Yeah. That's like neo-communism, Maoist garbage in a weird, freakish form. Yeah, they should all be gay for TA. Exactly. Wave the TA flag, okay? Anyway, again, none of this is sexual. All of these candles are platonic. All right. Really? Good am I? See, I didn't even know that. It's just even more garbage. It's so stupid. Yep. Unbelievable. Good, Jarrett. Good. Team Solid, then they should change their name, right? Bitcoin, and then Ethereum. Ethereum's really interesting because, like, they're somehow, like, in this illiquid dead market, they are still holding this horizontal line support at 20,050, 20,046. It's very real level, man. Like, it's just, you cannot ignore it if you go back far enough. It's that 2022 swing high. It is, it's the swing high from February 2021, man. I don't know. It's like, I can't believe they're holding it. So it's just like, dang, dude. I guess if you just want to stop loss at 2003, $2,000 stop loss and just see what happens. You know, I guess you could do that. You could get away with it. Oh no, you if you get stopped out, who cares? F Ethereum. We always knew it was a joke, scam anyway. But if it doesn't get stopped out, I always believed in you, man. It's like I saw something in you. It's like the Wall Street movie, right? With you know, with the guy. Come on, the Steel, and come on, dude. What's his name? I'm trying to think actors' names. I just don't care enough. But it's like his boss, where whatever he did, I saw something in you. And if he gets arrested, oh, I always knew you were no good. You know, I think it's like that for Ethereum. If you stop loss at 2010 or something, and then let this thing ride to 2,400. I mean, that is a way you could play this if you really wanted to, like this, right? I mean, just like, hey, screw crypto. We hate crypto. We know it's a stupid joke, but it would be like that. It would like literally be like that. Simple enough. That's a 4-to-1 reward to risk, right? Whatever, man. If you're just so bored, right? That's a key inflection point. They're defending once and twice. They're putting in higher lows. It's been devastated for eons now. You know, whatever. You take a shot. That's how one could play it if they wanted. All right. No, not Wolf of Wall Street. The other one, the old one, dude. Come on. The dude with AIDS, right? Come on. The dude who's got the STD. Charlie Sheen. Yeah, exactly. That guy. That Wall Street movie. God, dude. So yeah, that's how you can play Ethereum, I guess. They're holding support. Momentum shifting? Maybe, dude. Pump Bitcoin. Pump the cryptos. Yeah, dude. Donnie Barsko. Yeah, dude. That's what I was talking about, JMC. How'd you know, man? Dude, you really know your movies, bro. Well, is Bitcoin skyrocketing? Because oil's pulling back. Kind of. A little bit. Not really. It's kind of like, dude, Bitcoin can do like whatever it wants. It doesn't have to be like, why is Bitcoin pumping? Because the markets are stupidly illiquid and like the selling pressure is just not really there. It's been range bound for 2 months, and it's gonna continue oscillating in this range between 63.5 and 73.8. It's just going to be up and down, man. But yeah, like they broke a supply line. And so maybe you're headed to 72 again. The youngins don't know. Well, dude, if you're a youngin and you don't know the movie, it's called Wall Street with Charlie Sheen. It is such a good movie. You need to go watch it tonight. If you don't go watch it tonight, we're not friends anymore. Okay. No cap. You need to lock in on the movie Wall Street, or we're not friends. Okay. Yeah, dude, Freddie Mercury. That's it, dude. Oh my God. You guys are like so good at movies and stuff. I mean, you just got to understand how real this level is. They held it. They liquidated somebody. I remember last week. They went down and tested it. Remember, it was this 2021 peak right freaking there. They touched it. I'm talking to the dollar for like seconds. Someone got liquidated, and then the bids came in April 2021. And that is the last time we saw it. And now you're putting in higher lows. And it's like, you got to wonder, maybe, just maybe, an Easter miracle for Bitcoin is in store, where maybe we'll get some a relief rally for a common retrace for a couple months. That'd be, or at least a month. Lock in, Rolly. Boiler Room's also ungodly good. Yeah, like you gotta watch. If you haven't seen Boiler Room, we're not friends until you watch it. Then we'll be friends again. Okay. Greed is good. Greed is very good, but also capital preservation, when it's warranted, is also good. But 68,888 right there. Bitcoin new highs of day. Bitcoin continuing to rip higher, up 2.34%. Oil still kind of like up there. I mean, like unfilled gap 1.4%, but off its highs by like 8%, 1%. And then the Nasdaq and the S&P are still gunning for the gap fill because they gapped lower and they're trying to get higher. Okay. Shia LaBeouf Wall Street was garbage movie. Okay, I'm just gonna be real. Like the Shia LaBeouf movie was really garbage. Okay, man, it wasn't good. The only good part of it was like when Shia LaBeouf wasn't in it and like the global financial crisis was happening. That was like the room they were in. Like that was okay. But the rest of the movie with him involved, ooh, my green energy, bro. I'm gotta like, dude, help the green energy. Look at my super masculine girlfriend. Oh, dude, she's such a girl boss, bro. Like, ugh. Okay, so Nasdaq, go over the gap fill. I'm sure they'll get it within probably the next hour or two or less, right? Teldar Paper, dude. Little did you know, Teldar Paper got bought out by Dunder Mifflin, Austin Craig. Just kidding. But that'd be crazy if they did merge the worlds. Margin Call, I'll literally watch that Friday night, I think. Saturday. One of the 2 weekend days. I'll watch Margin Call again. I love that movie. That's like my favorite of all the Wall Street movies. I think it is my favorite. Margin Call. I hope we get well, I don't hope because people's lives will be ruined, but I'm wondering if we're going to be soon entering a new movie era of Wall Street where like, I don't know if we can though. I think they've figured out how to control volatility, sedate volatility, 0 day to expiration options. Then the money printing is so ridiculous now. It's so ridiculous. And that's why purchasing power is collapsing. That's why affordability is unbelievably gone. Like no one can afford anything now. Now the top 1% consume more than the bottom 99%. Yeah, I think we have just said, you know what? Forget purchasing power of fiat. Forget it, man. Just the brakes are off. Okay. We're going to Chernobyl purchasing power in order to keep this Ponzi going. I always knew you weren't any good, David. I knew it from the moment you walked in. David, be inspired, man. Be inspired. Okay. And then when you get it, take care of it. I fell in love with BMW back in the end of high school when Need for Speed came out. I believe you could drive I don't know if you could drive an M5, but I fell in love with like the M3. But then I saw the M5 and I was like, that's mine. That's me, dude. Forever. Like I'll have that car. I'll have 3 garages one day, I want to figure out the wife and kids thing, move into the house. 3 garages. That one will just be in the 3rd garage. Mark, you gotta be grateful for what you got, dude. Give me 72K, bro. Give me a higher high, a local higher high than April 1st, please, God. That's us, man. Smoking the hopium copium as hard as we can. Big Short was good. Big Short was good, but yeah, it wasn't like a bad movie or anything. But I just like Margin Call a lot more. Like Kevin Spacey's just like legit such a good freaking actor, man. And then the dude who's also in the, what is it, the Count of Monte? No, the Man in the Iron Mask. He's like the main billionaire. Such a freaking good cast. So again, we're just monitoring the situation. We got Bitcoin doing things up 2+%. Oil was up 2%. It's still up 1. It's still elevated, but it's like, dude, just go fill the gap. Get it over. If you want to go to 124, fill the gap first, and then we'll talk. I think that gap's gonna fill before they do anything. Imagine thinking the gap's just gonna stay open and then we go nuclear. No way. Like, that would be absolutely psychotic. Okay, I'm gonna alert at 112.05. Thanks, David, man. Well, it did not come without its bumps in the road, but man, once like, I don't know, if you're like, I don't know, I'm not saying like you're hopeless under 30, but I'm saying like most of the bumps that happened in my life were in my 20s. Okay, so if you're in your 20s right now, understand those bumps, if you keep doing the right thing, the bumps get less and less frequent, and they get a lot smaller the older you get, because the success, the right things you did throughout your 20s, the most important time I think in your life are your 20s, because that is like the trajectory you're putting yourself on for the rest of your life, and it compounds. So the choices you make compound on top of each other, and so if you've been doing the right things in your 20s, by the time you get to 30 and beyond, yeah, the speed bumps just aren't there like they used to be. But I know everyone's life circumstances are different and stuff, of course. So that's just, I'm saying my lived experience was that 20s bumpy, but manageable. And yeah, a couple big ones. But then when you get in your 30s, it's just like starts getting real smooth, man. Yeah, it wasn't brains that got me here. I can assure you of that. That's right, Kai. It's just money. It's all made up. Okay. NASDAQ and S&P, they're still just hanging. Dude, everything's just kind of frozen, right? Everything's just chilling where it's at, where it's been at for 30 minutes, 40 minutes now. David, you're 19. Bro, you got a leg up on me. I didn't even start giving two craps about technical analysis, trading, money at all until 22. Okay. So if you're 19 right now, you have a leg up on me. So go look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself how ahead of me you are. The world is yours, but you have to like dig in and like delay gratification, like psycho, like a psycho. Don't, and I mean, like, again, man, everyone's different. I can only tell you like my opinion. If you're 19 right now, last thing you should be worrying about is women, like getting married, doing any of that. You should be working on your purpose, working on a career. And I'm not talking about a societal career. You might have to do what you got to do in your 20s. I did. But you know, working a 9 to 5 and stuff, but that is an end to a means. By the time you're 30 to 33, 34, you should have taken all the, lessons, mentorship, knowledge you gained in your 20s to start your own thing. It's not a negotiation. It's not, some sort of like, I could do that. No, it's like you have to have that mentality right now at 19, that by the time you're 30 to 34, you will be starting your own business. You will be building your own dreams. You will not be working for someone else. Good luck doing it. I don't even, by the time you're 30, it's probably not even a choice anymore. So like you have to have an entrepreneurial spirit and in 2026, you have to. Like, you know, hey man, you're a fortunate person. You were in your job career before 2020. and 2026 is all crazy now. It's all messed up. The world that we used to live in before 2020 is gone. All right, now we're in this AI age where it's gonna be even more gone than it was. So you have to think about entrepreneurship. That's it, man. Nothing else. You got to be someone that wants to break away from society. Do not be a cog in the wheel of society. You can do it in your 20s to get by, to pay the bills, but while you're doing that, anytime you have free time, you can even cheat on your job a little bit. I did, okay, a little bit, to work on building your own dream. All right, you owe them nothing. You owe these people nothing. These employers, they will spit you out as soon as you're useless to them. They are useless to you when they can't provide you with a paycheck anymore. So corn's expensive, SoFlo. You got to go farm it yourself. That's right. Good on mine as Pax G. Oh, that means gold's rallying or dumping. No, gold's dumping, chat. Gold is doing bad. Gold's doing bad. You big yikes, chat. Big yikes on the metals. Oh, God. Silver kind of not down at its lows of day, but still kind of doing bad. It's rough, man. Rough market. I'm telling you, dude. It's just so difficult, man. There are times to make money, times not to lose money. You are in capital preservation mode. I'm just being real. No leverage if you're doing anything. Please, if you like me, leverage right now is how you get killed. How you set yourself back months, if not years. Okay? That's right. Stick around. Especially if you're young. Stick around, dude. Okay. Yeah, if you're watching the stream at 19, you're a legend. Absolutely. Remember, the somebody that I've mentored for many years, he was 16 when he started watching the stream, and now he's the youngest broker on Wall Street. Started his own website right now. He's going places. He's doing big things, and it's all with the entrepreneurial spirit, the trading spirit, spirit of the TA. Okay, it's all there. So 16, man, when he started. So I mean, if you're 19 now, the world is in front of you. Bearded Bitcoiner, 61-year-old Bitcoin boomer. Boomers always win. Y'all set it up to win, dude. So again, we're just looking around. Great to see Ethereum and Bitcoin doing some decoupling, a little bit of decoupling, extremely illiquid market, but cool to see a correlation off support on Ethereum, S&P. Still waiting on the gap fill on these index funds. They haven't done it yet. They're very close. It's not going to matter if they do or not, but I'm sure it's happening soon. Sucks, dude. Silver's kind of, oof. I mean, it's like at these levels, but you just, it might be impossible to trust because the trend is over. The trend is no longer your friend. You could just be staring at a rising wedge, right? It could literally be this, and we're getting ready to get destroyed. I mean, it is just, that is the problem with this market, man. The whole party, you had a multi-year party on silver and gold, and like you could just be setting up for the buzzsaw. See, the problem is when you can present two arguments. You can present, rising three methods, or three rising valleys at support, spring back, but then it's like, but dude, look at the rising. Jesus, dude, that is a rising wedge. Oh my God. And it's a bearish breakdown out of the rising wedge, and that little rally we saw was like a formal bearish back test of the breakdown of that's pretty nasty, man. Like, that's kind of like, oh God, if I can make two arguments, you have a coin flip. Okay, so this is why I have not tried to repost a trade setup on this, because it could just be, wow, we're walking into, it's like, you know, remember Goodfellas? It's like Joe Pesci. We're setting up a Joe Pesci here. He thinks he's gonna get made, bro. Too choppy to maybe have an edge. Too choppy. There's no edge. You can have a stop loss at 69.50 all you want. Understand that. You would not want to own it below that. But it's like, now it's like, man, what if that's what we're staring at? What if we're staring at this beautiful rising wedge pattern? Oh God, we're so screwed. So you might want to, maybe we own Bitcoin or Ethereum over metals right now. It's tough, dude. Real tough. Oil, back to oil, 113.74. Still just kind of hanging around higher than it opened, but did hit its highest level since the beginning of March 8th. 115.50. Ooh, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, Harold, it's very true. We don't even have to say recession. We can say pullback. The correction, man. Continue to correct. Nothing wrong with that. Ghost Rider 59, top 2% XRP holder for over 8 years until you sold last summer. Well, I'm glad you got out, man. I'm glad you figured it out. Bitcoin's over 69K now. Hype in the chat. Let's go, dude. Let's friggin' go. Break supply line. Doing stuff that nothing else is doing right now. Kind of like in its own world. I can't believe it, man. If we hear a beep, we're going to be breaking that little peak from April 1st. And if you do that, then you're just targeting for 71.7. Wow. Well, the last time it's like, dang, man, I feel kind of good. I like it. I like they broke a supply line. They even back tested it subtly yesterday. Or no, today, really. Dang. If you're in Europe, find somewhere that's better on taxes, man. Let's be real. Terrible environment to be an entrepreneur in Europe. Everywhere. Unless it's maybe Switzerland, maybe. All right, still running, man. So it's an ongoing situation. Nothing else. Oil is sideways, up, but sideways. And then index funds are down, but they're trying to recover for a gap fill. And then gold and silver are like really blah, kind of blah. 4,600 on gold and 71.76 on silver. Bitcoin and Ethereum, the crypto is showing more strength than anything else right now, I guess, outside of oil. Oh, you know, for anything open right now. 25 minutes to the weekly daily close. But I don't know, man. I've been live for hour 38 minutes, but you take away the 10 minutes I wasn't here. So an hour 28 minutes, hour and a half now. Hour and a half live stream of me here. So hit the like button, the bell, that sub if you are enjoying the content. Bitcoin's at 69K. Ethereum's at 21.18. They're up 2.56%. Pretty cool. I hope it continues, man. I hope it's real. I hope we get a summertime relief rally to 84. That'd be great. Happy Easter, Brad B. Happy Easter to everyone, though, for real. Bro, y'all gotta hear this. I got allocated, if you know anything about Rolex, I got allocated a Pepsi last week. And if you know anything about Pepsi's, they're like one of the most iconic Rolexes that exist. It's a GMT. And it's so wild, dude. The Pepsi's like a grail. Like if you get the call for a Pepsi, you made it, dude. And so Watches and Wonders is April 17th. What is that? That's an annual event Rolex throws where they show new references. They roll out new references, and like they might discontinue certain Rolexes. Well, it is confirmed that Pepsi is discontinued, and so I've like virtually got the last Pepsi. There were 2 Pepsis left. Okay, 2. One was Jubilee, one was Oyster. I got the Oyster. You know who got the freaking Jubilee? Drake the rapper. And that's it. There's no more Rolexes or no more Pepsis. So the last 2 in Miami got one of them. So fortunate, so blessed. Can't believe it. What a dream, man. When Ghost, I think by October I'll be offered the Panda, according to my friend / AD/admin of AD. Bitcoin just made a new high, 69.1 right there for a second. Not much else to look at because oil's still 1.5, Nasdaq still down 0.23, gold silver is still down a little over 1%. So they're not really moving. So if I just kept going back, they're just not gonna, it's just we're looking at the same thing. Bitcoin's the one that's kind of doing things. What's up, UGG? Oh yeah, I gotta look at another one.
Rolex is king. Anyway, can you look at the weekly/monthly on IO? Thanks.
Yeah, we'll look at IO. Yeah, for sure. I think we keep looking at it because maybe there's like a structure or something. Let me pull up the stream elements. Someone asked for something else. I forgot. So 69.1 right here on Bitcoin, still at highs. You got it above my head. GEVO. Okay, GEVO. First one. Jevo. Oof, nasty. What happened to it, man? What happened to it? Okay. It's been a while since I've looked at this one. My God. Stand right. Incredible though what they kind of did. What they've kind of done on this one is like this 150 to 180 inflection zone that goes back to 2018-19. They've been they've recaptured it, reconfirmed it, but man, the past few days have been terrible. Like, wow, it's ugly. So I mean, like, the closer you are to 180 is the closer you are to being able to manage your risk appropriately here, but they've just been they've been failing at 298 3 times. So you can't manage your risk appropriately until you're closer to 180. So maybe if they pivot it, make a higher low. But yeah, they have kind of like turned it around. Someone be like, cup with handle, man? Kind of cup with handle, a little bit. But like, if it is a cup with handle, the confirmation line, breakout line is 298. So they have failed once again to really break that. So yeah, cup with handle, fine. Then break the handle or break the cup. They haven't. So I guess maybe you can get it back to the closer you get to $2. Maybe you can start dollar cost averaging. It's a little too high right now and kind of been dumping with the macro. So if you get a macro recovery, things are good, but you are making some higher lows, a lot of higher lows, and you are above a key level. So that's good. Maybe they are trying to bottom this thing out some. I don't know what it does. It's chemicals. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Like if a chemical company, like their raw materials, are, so it's gonna be like something like that. If you're uptrending, you kind of got that demand line here, maybe back to $197, $2. But yeah, your issue is like chemicals get more expensive. They're all, because the Strait of Hormuz. And I don't know if that's like good for a company when their raw materials start costing a lot more. So kind of like Dow Chemical, they doubled their certain components in their fertilizer. Doubled. So I don't know. Yeah, you're kind of making higher lows, higher highs, or not really higher highs, but you did one time, but a bunch of higher lows. So you are kind of uptrending. You're above some key levels. Maybe if you get to $2, it's like a better entry for this uptrend. Maybe things are turning around, dude. Yeah, for sure they are. More than before has been going on this one for a little while, right? Okay, that was Jiv. That was for Josh, by the way. Sorry, Josh. It was a minute. And the NIO. This one gets requested a lot. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's been doing some stuff, man. Definitely been doing things. They broke 593. That's huge. That's a big deal, man. Yeah, above the 200 again. That's so nice. Yeah, on Friday, NEO had its highest daily candle close since November 12th. You could be targeting for 774 to 819 here. Like that would be your target. Given enough time above $6 or 593, targeting for 774, 819. This is another one. It's like things are kind of turning around. They're kind of turning around on NIO. Like there's, instead of lows, lower highs, lower lows, lowest low, you're making a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. You're breaking levels. You're back testing key levels of support. You're holding above the 200. Like this is like kind of bottoming stuff they've got going on here. Probably better on the weekly. Yeah, weekly looks really good, man. Like there's so much demand, seems like so far, that the sellers, when they were pushing it down, were unable to come back to test that 395. That would be your best entry level optimum, right? But they didn't let it happen. Too much demand. So it's almost like, yeah, you've got like this inverse head and shoulder momentum shifting situation. And so again, you can see clearly why it's just kind of a no-brainer target for 774, 819. If they can ever break that, boom, 993, $10, then $13 after that. So yeah, they're trying to turn it around, man. That may be why cop accumulation, the stronger schematic, where they can't even spring back test. So good stuff on NIO actually. Right after, what did it do? It made like a 95% retrace from its previous low to that bubble top high. So yeah, pretty strong, man. Pretty freaking strong on NIO. I can't believe it. They're motor vehicles, right? So, but aren't they electric? And maybe this, like, the narrative is, oh, well, gas costs, right? People are going to start trying to pivot. If we have like sustained higher energy prices globally, then maybe it's a good narrative for electric vehicles. Yeah. Maybe so, man. Maybe so. Here's your 17 minutes till the weekly close. Bitcoin's working on a bullish engulfing candle. Let's freaking go, man. They're trying to engulf. But man, if you really want fireworks, you want a big run up on Bitcoin, you got to break 73.8. They haven't been able to do it. They can run this thing all the way back up to 71.8 to 73.8 and test it and fail again. But if you want a clean, psycho, huge markup in Bitcoin's price, you got to break 73.8. That's where you'd probably get it. All right. Yeah. Shoot, man, oil's back around up 2%. US futures are literally frozen. They're not moving anywhere. They're just sitting there, not filled the gap. Kind of crazy. Oil and US futures have not filled gaps. What the heck? NIO does look good, man. Like, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for beaten down, destroyed assets that have signatures of accumulation on weekly timescales, and NIO definitely has that. I don't know. I mean, again, I already told you maybe why, the narrative. All right, chat. Well, I'm gonna where's the pump come? The pump is coming from an illiquid weekend. Okay, an illiquid weekend. There is no volume involved with Bitcoin or crypto right now. Okay, it is a virtual liquidity graveyard. So it does not take much money at all to move the price of Bitcoin between 64.9 and 73. Okay, it just doesn't. So hard to trust anything, and that's okay, man. There was a better market environment to make money the past few years. There was. Late 2023, it really started. 2024, 2025, you had unbelievable opportunities to make money. Now it's very weird. Very, very weird. Intermediate downtrend on your index funds is what makes one want to be cautious and definitely not be using any leverage. If anyone's trying to make money, like, it's probably a good idea to just be careful. Yeah. All right, we'll chat. It's been fun, but I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for coming by. Let's pray for Bitcoin. It's trying to pull a Jesus, isn't it? It is. In the last moments of the day of Easter, 14 minutes ago, Bitcoin trying to crawl out of the tomb. Jesus has been out of the tomb for many hours, right? Bitcoin's trying to get out too. So hope it does, man. We're almost there. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Join the Discord if you haven't. It's free to join the Discord. It's where the conversation here continues when this live stream inevitably ends. But I'll just leave you at that. Thank y'all for showing up and watching on this very, very sacred day. We love Jesus, man. Hype in the chat for Jesus. I'll be back. Till next time. Respect the T. Hey.
Blessed are the footsteps of those who bring the message of peace. Blessed are the footsteps. I can hear down the hall. Are they coming or going? A child's steps skipping away till I cannot hear those who bring themselves back. Steps heavier now, older, slower, coming towards me or shuffling away in dirty slippers, nylon nightgown clinging to the bones. She no longer eats. There is no message of peace. Only in dreams do you find the scholars waiting behind heavy doors, long tables, studying your dream, bound and numbered and counted, gold, your place in history. Do you study history? No, only my own feet go over the mountains. I follow you over the yellow mountains, autumn fire, candles, candelas, candelabras, torches, flambeaux fill the steep rills, and we follow them over the mountains. They say there is peace. The trees never burn. Boys don't leave arms and legs behind. They walk over the mountains to the green side, where people walk into green. Walk through the curtain of green to the other side where